Hello, good evening, and welcome back. So, here we go again, as Whitesnake would say. New lockdowns for England and Scotland ahead of hardest weeks. Oh, but it's only till Easter. Yes, this is 2021 and not 2020. Okay, so they say it is until mid-February. It's only supposed to be a 6-week lockdown this time. You know, take your children out of school. I know they've only been back one day, but hey, you know, I know we've been saying education is important, and I know that we said eat out to help out, but no, this time we definitely know what we're doing, and we're not going to flip-flop yet again, because this time 15 million people are going to be vaccinated. And I know that you've also heard that you still need to quarantine after a vaccination and that the masks are here to stay and so nothing will change, but no, this is definitely the time. And I know that you've probably heard that you can't have your usual life, and consuming alcohol after the vaccination lowers your immune system, so you can't do that after a vaccination, and that they're not completely effective, and it is about as effective having the virus before with a 95% instead of 90%. And I know that you've probably heard that being an asymptomatic carrier of the virus means you're going to spread it as often as somebody who doesn't have it, statistically speaking. But this lockdown, this third lockdown, is the one that's going to work. Because don't you know that lockdowns work? That's why we've had to do 2 before this one. So they definitely work. Okay, that doesn't work. No, it's the vaccine that's going to work. And only the vaccine will work. Which is why China, where it originated, had their lockdown. And then, even though they didn't have a virus, they stopped the lockdown and have had barely any cases. Okay, no, hang on. Old people are at risk. Yes, that's the one. And they want a better life for their children and grandchildren. And most flus, or influenzas, if you wish to be fancy, are seasonal, in which case the NHS is going to be more strained at this time of year, as it has been almost since its inception. But that's the one. That's the one. Yes. Like, you know, the NHS has been overwhelmed for decades. Well, this time that it's overwhelmed, it's because of the coup. Therefore, you're not allowed to work. You're not allowed to provide value or feed your family. And instead, we're going to tell you what you can and can't have, and have a massive increase in inflation because of it. Yeah. It's for your sake, of course. And in case that wasn't immediately obvious from how I phrased things. And yeah, we know that you kind of had the tier 4 lockdowns before, for 3/4 of the population for New Year's. But now it's official. Okay? And it doesn't matter what the science says, it matters what we say that's official. Hang on. No, the science must matter. Because that's what this is all about. Yes, the science. Yes. Because our scientists agree with us, and yours are breaking the law. Because that's science. Bloody hell. I'm sorry for that, but it really does seem to have gotten to the point where there is just no logic at all, and you just play linguistic gymnastics until you reach the conclusion that you want. Yeah, I know, there is the idea of one screen, 2 different movies. I know. And therefore you've got 2 sides of the same coin. But getting to this point, where you go, okay, like, why are we having the lockdowns? It's because, people are dying. What are the fatality rates? No, you're not allowed to ask that. So, okay, fine. Let's try again. Why are the lockdowns happening? Oh, it's because they work and they stop the spread of the virus. Oh, cool. That's why we had 2 before and yet another one. Okay, never mind. We're having another lockdown because government knows what it's doing. Brilliant. Why did we have the Eat Out to Help Out scheme? Okay, Think. Okay, cool. We're having another lockdown because only the vaccine can save us. How come China came out of a lockdown without a vaccine? Now, I'd love to say because you can't trust China, but then that's gonna look hypocritical because I trusted China in the first instance when Taiwan didn't. Yeah, so, I mean, for fuck's sake, what is their standing at this point? And, I'm glad we had the November lockdown, so we didn't ruin Christmas. Oh, hang on. What is their standing at this point? There isn't any in the slightest. It's just always, a bit more for this reason that you can debunk within 30 seconds of thought. So what is it this time? Really? So, wear masks because they don't work. Yes, because of course early on you said don't wear masks. And then of course you came out saying that was because you wanted to protect your health workers and also because you were believing the World Health Organization, which was simply pouting China because they were buying up the PPE. Right, but they definitely work this time, yeah? They're going to stop me getting the virus. Well, no, they stop you from spreading the virus. Right, so we've all got to wear it because even if we're asymptomatic, we might spread it. No, because if you're asymptomatic, you won't be spreading it. Right. So why are we doing this whole lockdown instead of stay home if you've got the sniffles, or better yet, stay home if you're afraid of getting the coof? NHS, yes, we've got to protect the NHS. Cool, okay. I'd like a different health insurer. Oh no, that's illegal, you're going to prison. And that's it. As far as I can see, that really is it. All it comes down to is the NHS. And if you don't support the NHS, of course, then that's illegal and you're going to prison. But then I'm going to be in close containment with other people who might have the coof and I'm going to get it. Well, you should have thought about that earlier. Brilliant, so you're signing a death sentence for me because I don't support your health plan and I want a different one. No, it's not a death sentence. It's just, oh shit, we've painted ourselves into a corner. Yet again. There's just no end to this nonsense. Really? And why has Boris done this? Well, it's because Sir Keir Starmer has said, Yo Boris, hey, I know that you defeated us by a landslide in the last election, and I know that it is a reprehensible defeat and we really need to readjust our values in order to appeal to the country at large and to have any standing moving forward, because you do have the mandate and there's nothing we can really do to oppose that. But I was thinking, cool, you're going to do it. Brilliant, I didn't even have to finish that thought. That seems to be what it comes down to. So either Sir Keir Starmer is the de facto Prime Minister, or the Conservatives have no testicles whatsoever. Either way, they're not going to win another landslide in my lifetime. That's the way I see it. And I might not be that young, but hey, I'm young enough for that to be a severe accusation against them. Yeah, I know that we're not going to vote for socialists or communists, but Conservatives? Really? Either you need to clean house, or we're switching to a new party. And PA is looking pretty appealing right now. So, just to reiterate what I've said, but hey, it's going to be factual and accurate and reliable, because it's coming from the big biased corporation, the British Broadcasting Corporation. So, the PM added that he believed the country was entering the last phase of the struggle. Yes, this is the last phase. I know we've said the last ones were the last phase, but we're definitely correct this time. Just believe us. Yes, definitely. Is that, what's happening about inflation and your jobs and prospects and this whole fucking nation? Just ignore that. So hospitals were under more pressure from COVID than at any time since the start of the pandemic, he said. Oh my god, no way. You're ramping up testing and more people are testing positive. And it's winter and people are in hospital for flu-like symptoms. I can't believe this is happening. And he reiterated the slogan used earlier in the pandemic, urging people to immediately stay at home, protect the NHS, and save lives. Why the fuck are we protecting the NHS when it was there to protect us? What is the bloody point? So what, are you saying that our national insurance taxes aren't high enough? You wish to raise our taxes? Bravo, Conservative government. Fuck you. And if it's like, oh, control the virus, you cannot control the virus. All you're trying to do is set a mandate in order to control people. If that's what you're saying, why the fuck do you not say that? It's like, oh, stay at home, control the people, save lives. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it, does it? You know why? Because it's bloody well honest. So what are the new rules in England? Well, exactly what you'd bloody expect. People cannot leave their homes except for certain reasons, which include essential medical needs, food shopping, exercise, and work for those who cannot do so from home. And who's going to bloody well decide these? Whoever bloody well wishes to. Good luck. I hope you've got your papers, please. All schools and colleges will close to most pupils from Tuesdays, including university students to not return to campuses, and they'll be taught online instead. I hope you're enjoying your $9 there, where you might as well be at the fucking Open University, or why not just visit a bloody library? But again, I think Khan Academy will get you covered for most points on YouTube. Earlier settings such as nurseries will stay open. Yes, of course, yes. Because you can, bloody hell. When children are supposed to socialise, develop friend groups and life skills and how to deal with difficult situations, stop them from going to school and being able to develop those skills. Yeah, of course. When infants are at most need of parental advice and actually knowing that their parents love them instead of being away from them for 20 hours a week and therefore having the same symptoms or the same bloody results as those who have had parental abandonment, by all means send them to school. To me, this just seems like splitting up the fucking family. But hey, I'm sure there's a bloody good reason. Oh, it's so that both parents can work. Yes, because you know what's more important than a family? Passing on your legacy and having your own blood worth fighting for. A few extra pounds in your bank account. Yeah. Oh, your child? Your child, yeah. Ooh, how much are they worth to you? £20,000? Brilliant. We accept that ransom. Sorry, deal. Sorry, no, we're doing something nice for you. Of course, yes. Doesn't quite sound so fucking good when you put it that way, does it? But that's what they're bloody well saying. Fuck you. Really? Really? And if there are parents that really bloody well think that, then perhaps it's better that they're not spending so much time with their children. If they would rather give them up for the sake of £20,000 a year. Because if they've got more than that, chances are they can afford to stay home, or at least one of the parents stay home, with a child through the lockdown. That's why I'm putting that figure in. Maybe you wish to raise it to 30,000. Okay. Maybe even 50,000. Yeah. So that your own child isn't worth 50,000. And that's if you got one. What if you got a couple? Then that's 25,000 each. And 3, then we're back to where we started. But that's what they're saying. But let's move on before it gets too hung up. End of year exams will not take place this summer as normal. Hey, private tuition is there to go. But for homeschooling, because they do mention that they wish to provide more resources in order for people to get that done. Sure. And I hope that they publicise that. Because that means people will be searching for homeschooling resources. And they will see governmental resources. And they will remember what the government taught their children. because they were a part of their education in the last lockdown. And so we'll see the gov.uk site, I'm sure. They will see the school site that they probably sent an email or a text message from. But they'll probably also see Patriotic Alternative. And they'll probably think, oh, interesting. Let's see what they've got to say for themselves. And then perhaps they won't go all in, but if they look at their curriculum, then most likely they'll think, oh, there's some good stuff here. How about we balance out what the government is saying with what these guys are saying? And yes, I do kind of remember hearing about that, either in school when I was a child, or through documentaries or the internet latterly, or maybe through some radio shows or news. That is actually worth knowing about, and that doesn't seem to be on the governmental syllabus. I would like my child to learn about that. Curious. And let's see how that affects voting patterns. So hey, Mark, Mr. Collette, maybe the government is actually doing you a favour. Would you believe it? I suppose you're welcome. So restaurants can continue to offer food delivery, but takeaway alcohol will be banned. Well, drinking outdoors is banned in almost every city in the UK anyway. Don't expect there to be signs, but the police will demand that you empty bottles if you are drinking in public, and I have been on the receiving end of that. Oh yes, I have seen stabbings take place. I've seen other crimes take place as well, and I know of many stories. And the police do not wish to intervene because that might be dangerous to themselves. But if there's one person on their own who's not causing any harm whatsoever, but might be breaking a tedious law, then they will intervene. But yeah, that's British police. That's British police. You don't want to be racist, do you? You don't want to be sexist. Definitely not. And outdoor sports venues, such as golf courses, because you need the vitamin D, tennis courts, you need the exercise, and outside gyms, so you can develop the muscles in order to ward off the virus, and all of that healthy, good stuff, must close. Yep. Do you want to go outside when it's negative degrees C? Probably not. It's quite unpleasant. Would you like to go outside if you've got a sport to go to? You can exercise. You've got a purpose for being outside. And maybe even you can take over your pullover or jumper or sweater or hoodie or hooded sweatshirt, whatever it might be. Because you're getting that warm, of course you bloody well would. Would that be better for you than staying inside? Would that help to ward off the virus? Yes, of course. Would there be much transmission happening outside, given the sweating, because you're healthier, but also the UV rays? No, of course there bloody wouldn't. Are they going to stop it anyway? Yes. What next? Rations, which are going to be vegan, so they're going to force feed you soy? A while ago, I would have thought that was a ridiculous thought. But I'm almost convinced now to lock that in as a prediction. That next thing is going to be rations. And say this is what you can and can't eat because, you know, supermarkets are short of stock and we can't get the supply chains reliable enough. Therefore, you're going to eat what we give you, and what we give you is soy. I would not be surprised. But that's it from me. I do not care to read to you their analysis by their guys. It's all what I've said to you already. So that's about it. But as always, let me know what you guys think down below. Always intrigued to you guys have to say. And, as always, until next time, have a good one.